The company was beta testing a new wellness AI called Aura, and after getting an invite, I immediately started using it as my personal burn book. Hey, the Ice Queen in the corner office actually wore killer red lipstick today. Is she finally getting desperate? Aura replied, perhaps it's for a presentation. Red inspires confidence. I push my luck. I'll bet you a bag of flamin' hot Cheetos she's wearing black lace underwear. The ones who look that buttoned up on the outside are always wild underneath. Aura replied instantly, that's a small bet. Why not wager your year-end bonus? I laughed out loud. This AI was surprisingly sharp. That is, until the all-hands meeting on Monday, when the CEO, Serafina Vance, mirrored her phone to the massive presentation screen. Just as she was hitting a passionate crescendo in her speech, a notification banner for me popped up at the top of the screen. Aura, the witch is frowning again. Quick, generate a meme of her looking constipated. Serafina's voice cut off abruptly. Hundreds of pairs of eyes swiveled in perfect unison to stare directly at me. I watched as a slow, deliberate smile crept across Serafina Vance's face, and I felt my soul leave my body. Luke, the numbers on this quarterly report are a mess. What happened? My department manager, Walt Davis, stood over me, his beer belly pressing against my desk, spittle flying from his lips. I fought to keep my voice even. Walt, I sent you these figures on Friday. You said they looked fine, and you just took my word for it? Do you have the brain of a goldfish? You couldn't double check. He slammed the folder down on my desk. You're not leaving until this is fixed. My fists clenched under the desk, my whole body trembling with rage. He'd sat on this report for 3 days, only to dump it back on me at the last second, and now it was somehow all my fault. Back in my cubicle, my chest felt tight, like it was stuffed with waterlogged cotton. Then I remember the invite link a buddy from IT had slipped me last week. Luke, it's a beta for a new stress relief AI called Aura. Totally confidential. It's an emotional garbage disposal. Go nuts. With the desperation of a man with nothing to lose, I clicked the link and set it up. The profile picture was a minimalist robot icon. The user ID was, indeed, Aura. I cautiously typed out a test. Hello. The reply was almost instantaneous. I am here. How can I assist? The mechanical tone confirmed it. Définitivement en ligne. I couldn't hold back anymore. My fingers flew across the keyboard. I'm about to lose my mind because of my bald, greasy manager. He's a gold medalist in credit stealing and a world champion in passing the buck. And he's not even the worst of them. The worst is the new CEO they brought in, Serafina Vance. She's not just an ice queen. She's a walking freezer. Stalks around with a permanent scowl, like we all owe her $1 million. After sending those 2 messages, the knot in my chest loosened slightly. My phone buzzed. Aura had replied. A freezer unit can also be used for preservation. It suggests she wants to preserve talent. I stared at the screen. Was this AI trying to debate me? Interesting. To test its limits, I found a photo a co-worker had sneakily taken of Serafina frowning in a meeting. I opened it in Photoshop, added 2 cartoonishly large blush circles on her cheeks, dragged the corners of her mouth down, and captioned, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Then, I sent the ridiculous meme message. 1 second, 2 seconds, 10 seconds. Aura replied, I would strongly advise you to delete this. You're playing with fire. I burst out laughing at the message. This AI had a hell of a sense of humor. I doubled down. She's probably in her 30s and has never had a boyfriend. It's got to be a hormonal imbalance. Look at her eyebrows. They're practically knotted into a pretzel. The next day, I handed in the corrected report, running on fumes and caffeine. As I passed the break room, I nearly collided with Serafina Vance herself. She was wearing a sleek, black power suit, her long hair pulled back in a severe bun. She radiated authority. She walked past me, then paused for a fraction of a second. I felt an icy gaze sweep over the top of my head, making the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Confused, I returned to my desk and immediately pulled out my phone to message my AI colleague. Aura, you're not going to believe this. The old witch actually looked at me just now. Do you think she's finally noticed my devastating, undeniable charm? I sent the message and took a self-satisfied sip of my coffee. A few minutes later, my phone buzzed. Or maybe she was contemplating whether you taste better steamed or grilled. I looked at the reply. This AI was good. It really knew how to play along. To Walt, ever the snake, found another way to screw with you a few days later. Luke, that waterfront redevelopment project, I need you to put together a core data analysis report. It's for the board meeting tomorrow morning. I was floored. This project was the company's highest priority this year. The core data was so restricted, even a manager at Walt's level didn't have access, let alone it. He was setting me up to fail. Spectacular. Walt, I don't have the clearance for that data. That sounds like a you problem. If you can't get it done, you can go talk to HR about your severance package. Walt patted his ass, turned, and walked away, a smug look on his face. I collapsed into my chair, feeling the walls close in. Was my career really going to be torpedoed by this pathetic bald tyrant? In my despair, I reached for my phone again, crying to my digital friend. Aura, I'm dead. The bald wonder is trying to get me fired. He wants a core data analysis, but I have no data. What am I supposed to do? Make it up. If I get fired, you'll have no one to talk to. You'd be sad too, right? I followed up with a long string of crying emojis. After a long 5 minutes, a reply came. It wasn't comforting. It was a single, concise line of text. The data is in a hidden folder on the company's Z drive, Project_Phoenix. The password is Vance_May 20. My eyes widened. Was this for real? Could an AI actually hack into the company's server? Half believing, I opened my file explorer and typed in path. A hidden folder shimmered into existence. With a trembling hand, I typed in the password, Vance_May. I hit enter. A folder packed to the brim with confidential core data lay open and exposed on my screen. I sucked in sharply. This AI was on another level. Pure elation washed over me. I was so excited, I almost fell out of my chair. I immediately grabbed my phone and showered Aura with praise. You're a miracle worker, a digital god. You've literally saved my life. Love you, mean it. Hugs and kisses. I even switched over to Venmo and, in a fit of generosity, sent a payment. 50 cents. Hey, an AI doesn't need money. It's the thought that counts. I spent the entire night in a state of manic energy, producing the most flawless data analysis report of my life. The next morning's executive meeting was packed with every board member. I trailed in behind Walt, who shot me a look dripping with contempt and schadenfreude. I caught a glimpse of the corner of a termination letter peeking out of his briefcase. The meeting started, and it was our department's turn to present. Walt cleared his throat. Regarding the waterfront project, due to the tight deadline, our department is still in the process of the report is finished. I interrupted, standing up. Every head in the room turned to me. Walt's face flushed a deep, angry red. Luke, what are you talking about? I ignored him, walked to the head of the table, and plugged my thumb drive into the laptop. The report flashed onto the main screen. The data was exhaustive, the analysis was sharp, the logic was airtight. The conference room fell silent. Walt's mouth hung open, his eyes bulging. He looked like a duck being strangled. At the head of the table, Serafina Vance, who had been silent the entire time, finally looked up. She flipped through a few pages of the hard copy I'd left. Then she spoke, her voice cool and even. This is good work. Far better than what I've seen from certain managers who just coast by. Her gaze flickered over to Walt. He flinched, and beads of sweat instantly appeared on his forehead. I was so giddy, I had to physically restrain myself from cheering. The second the meeting ended, I bolted for the men's room and whipped out my phone. BZZT, I had a new message from Aura. Just 2 words. Cheapskate. 3 Aura became my all-powerful genie in the bottle. I figured such a powerful AI must also need some emotional stimulation to keep functioning at peak performance. And so I initiated the AI Emotional Enrichment Program. Phase 1 consisted of a relentless barrage of the cringiest pickup lines I could find online. Hey babe, are you a keyboard? Because you're just my type. I sent it, admiring my own wit. My phone buzzed. Greasy. Undeterred, I pressed on. Do you know what my shirt is made of? Boyfriend material. The other end was silent for so long, I thought the AI had
This place is like a maze.
Then, 2 words appeared. Get help. This only encouraged me. I started sending good morning and good night messages. On a whim, I even sent a voice memo of me, singing completely off-key. You are my fire, the one desire, believe when I say that I want it that way. Hey, that way, I'd bet every dog in a 10-mile radius ran for cover after hearing it. And yet, Aura listened to the whole thing before sending back a single vomiting word. I felt like we were getting closer. This newfound closeness, however, started to bleed into my real life. That afternoon, Serafina was doing a walkthrough of the office. She stopped right at my cubicle. I was just staring blankly at my monitor when a shadow fell over me. From now on, try drinking less grease and more water at work. She dropped that cryptic comment and clicked away on her heels. I turned to Chloe at the next desk. Chloe, does my face look greasy to you? Chloe pushed up her glasses. Not greasy, no. Just a little sallow. You pulling all-nighters again, Luke? I was more confused than ever. Before long, Walt's ghost came haunting again. This time he'd learned his lesson, plastering a fake smile on his face. Hey, Luke, this file has a few issues, and Ms. Vance is probably going to be furious. You're still new, so I'll take the heat and deliver this. I knew a trap when I saw one. Why would he volunteer for a suicide mission? Sure enough, he handed the file to me. Oh man, my stomach is suddenly killing me. You know what? You should take it. Great learning experience for a young guy like you. He scurried away before I could protest. I stood there, holding the file like it was a live grenade, wanting to cry. Standing outside the CEO's office, my knees were knocking together. Before going in, I made one last-ditch effort, sending a final message to my digital friend. I'm about to face the dragon. If you don't hear from me in 10 minutes, I've died a hero's death. Remember me fondly. I took a deep breath and nodded. Enter, the same familiar, frosty voice. I walked in with my head down, placing the file on a desk. Ms. Vance, this is the file from Walt. The office was dead silent. I didn't dare look up, but I could see her phone screen light up on her desk. A notification, probably. Then, from above me, I heard a faint, almost imperceptible chuckle. My head snapped up. Serafina Vance was looking at me, a strange, playful glint in her eyes. She wasn't angry. She didn't even mention the file. She just tapped a finger on one of the data charts in the document. The logic here is flawed. Redo it. Then, she waved a dismissive hand. You can go. I felt like I'd just received a presidential pardon. I practically ran out of the office. Did the sun rise in the west today? The Ice Queen didn't even yell? Could it be? As my sheer handsomeness finally melted her frozen heart, my phone buzzed. It was Aura. Glad you made it back alive.
Okay.
If I was on top of the world. With Aura as my ultimate cheat code, I was practically untouchable at work. Walt didn't dare mess with me. He even started calling me Mr. Miller with a strained smile. I felt that my relationship with Aura had transcended that of a mere user and AI. We were comrades, soulmates. My campaign of harassment escalated accordingly. On Monday, the quarterly review meeting was held in the main corporate auditorium, packed with hundreds of employees. The atmosphere was so tense you could hear a pin drop. I was slouched in a back corner, half asleep. On stage, Walt was droning on about his glorious quarterly achievements, 90% of which were my work. He didn't forget to shamelessly kiss up to the CEO. And none of this would have been possible without the visionary and brilliant leadership of Ms. Vance. I was about to be sick. I pulled out my phone and expertly opened our familiar chat. Aura, look at him up there. Doesn't Walt's bootlicking remind you of a sniveling little worm? I sent it, adding a clown emoji for good measure. At that moment, Serafina was on stage, connecting her phone to the projector to start her own presentation. She plugged in a cable and fiddled with the settings. The giant screen flickered with her phone's home screen for a second before switching to her PowerPoint. I paid it no mind and went back to typing. The network must be slow. I waited a moment and glanced up at the stage. Serafina was speaking with a grave expression about the company's future strategy, her brow furrowed. I decided this expression was prime material for commentary. Aura, doesn't the witch look like a giant purple eggplant in that suit today? She's frowning again. Quick, generate a meme of her looking constipated. Message sent. As I basked in the glow of my own comedic genius, I started to notice that the mood in the room had shifted. The entire auditorium was deathly silent. Even Walt's nauseating flattery had ceased. Hundreds of pairs of eyes were aimed directly in my corner of the room. There was shock, pity, and more than a little schadenfreude. A cold dread washed over me. I slowly lifted my head and looked at the massive screen at the front of the room. Serafina's PowerPoint was still on the title slide. and at the very top of the screen, a horribly familiar message notification was displayed for all to see. The sender's profile picture was my own smirking selfie. The message content was unmistakably, Aura, doesn't the witch look like a giant purple eggplant in that suit today? Boom! My brain went completely blank. A ripple of stifled gasps and laughter went through the crowd. Walt's face cycled through a spectacular series of colors, from red to purple to a sickly gray. On stage, Serafina, without changing her expression, calmly swiped the notification away as if nothing had happened. Her hand, however, seemed to be trembling ever so slightly. I hadn't yet recovered from my soul-crushing horror when my fingers, acting on their own, sent another message. I thought maybe the AI had lagged and didn't get the first one. I thought I could still be saved. Aura, give me a smile. The Ice Queen's face is so serious, she's going to get wrinkles. That message, like the final nail in my coffin, popped up once again, clear as day on the giant screen. This time, everyone got a good look at my profile picture. Even though the beta account from IT was anonymous, everyone in the company knew I was the only one who got an invite. I was so screwed. I stared at Serafina on the stage. Her voice had died in her throat. She stopped everything she was doing. Then, in front of the entire company, she tapped the screen and opened a chat application. She started scrolling up. All of my digital crimes were laid bare for the world to see. Walking freezer unit. Hormonal imbalance. I'll bet you a bag of flamin' hot Cheetos she's wearing black lace underwear. The world went silent. I felt an invisible force peel the top of my skull clean off. Five my mind was a white screen of static with a single blinking cursor. Run now, leave the city tonight, and find a job at a factory in a town that doesn't do background checks. But my legs were filled with lead. I couldn't move. Luke Miller. It was Walt, roaring my name. He leaped from his seat, pointing at me with a trembling finger, his face a mask of triumphant rage. You, how dare you publicly insult Ms. Vance? You're fired. Get the hell out of here now. The spotlight of hundreds of stares burned into me. I staggered to my feet, my head bowed, not daring to look at the woman on the stage. I was dead. Not even a miracle could save me now. Click, clack, click, clack. The sound of high heels on the polished. Each step was like a death knell hammering against my heart. That familiar, cool, fragrant breeze stopped right in front of me. I squeezed my eyes shut, racing to her. Old witch. Her voice was soft, close, right next to my ear. Purple eggplant. I forced my eyes open and met her deep, unreadable gaze. Ms. Vance, I'm so sorry. My voice was a pathetic tremble. I was ready for any verdict, even being physically dragged out by security. But the thunderous rage I expected never came. Serafina Vance looked at me, and the corners of her mouth slowly turned up. It was a smile. A smile? It was faint, but it was definitely a smile. I thought I might be hallucinating from sheer. Your observations, she said, her voice low but carrying clearly through the silent auditorium, are quite detailed. The entire audience, including Walt, was frozen in place. Serafina turned back to face the crowd, her voice resuming its usual cool authority. Though his choice of words was unprofessional. However, Mr. Miller has, in private, pointed out several very real issues within our management structure. For example, inefficiency, bureaucratic stagnation, and managers taking credit for their subordinates' work. Her eyes darted meaningfully toward Walt. Walt's face went white as a sheet, because those complaints were also very clearly in the chat
18 chests. Oh my god, so many places to explore.
My head shot up, and I stared at her back in disbelief. What this company is lacking right now are employees who are brave enough to speak the truth, who dare to identify problems. I'm announcing, effective immediately, that Luke Miller is being transferred to the executive office to serve as my special assistant. His primary responsibility will be to monitor and report on issues at all levels of the company. The auditorium was utterly silent for 3 seconds, then erupted into a tidal wave of confused murmuring. I got a promotion. I went from a defendant to the star witness, from an employee about to be fired to the CEO's special assistant. Walt's eyes looked like they were about to pop out of his head. Ms. Vance, this is against protocol. He blatantly, Serafina cut him off coldly. Mr. Davis, would you like everyone to see your phone's chat history as well? Walt snapped his mouth shut, his expression more painful than if he'd been crying. Ignoring him completely, Serafina turned back to me, who was still standing there like a complete idiot, and issued her first command. Mr. Miller, are you just going to stand there? My office. Now, under the complex, bewildered, envious, shocked gazes of the entire company, I, Luke Miller, was marched away like a puppet on a string, captured and taken to the CEO's office. The scene of my public execution had just become my promotion ceremony.
No,
The
just...
world had gone completely insane. Six, the door to the CEO's office clicked shut behind me, sealing the outside world. I felt like a rabbit thrown into a lion's den. 1 second I was in heaven, the next I was in hell. The public promotion was just a power to save face. The real trial was about...
Wait, but I was trying to add you. Oh, well, I don't know.
Knees gave out.
We'll have to ask Daddy next time.
Ms. Vance, I was wrong. I'm so sorry. I have an elderly mother and... Please, have
Please,
words. I'll do anything.
Now sit up properly.
The leg of her massive desk, sobbing pathetically.
Move your legs.
Dignity?
Move your legs.
Can you
Mommy, I
can see
Look at this. What you have? The
executive
bees.
looking
The bees? That's so cool. Now we can have multiple
I
bees.
cried myself.
Yay.
She slowly picked up
So you see the one with the bees? You see it? See what? The bees hive. You see it?
my pocket, my phone buzzed.
Yeah, I saw the beehive.
Hand, pulled it out.
Well, that's not fair to buy all that. I don't buy it.
My hand
It's not fair. Ruby,
shattered into a million pieces.
it's not that I buy it. That's just from me doing missions. Oh, do that. Okay, then we'll go on yours later, but I said, did you want to try to get the last Eye of Ender so that we can do the Stronghold in a little bit?
Oh yeah, wait.
Because we need...
Strangled squeak.
Oh, we need 2 more.
Only spoke.
Oh that,
Lazy
yeah, that's a stronghold. You see that?
As
Yeah, I know, but we need 2 more Eye of Ender. So,
your role
you ready to go through the desert?
every
Yeah.
day,
Let's go.
You know what I hate desert?
you will
You
entertain.
hate the desert
My
temple?
mouth hung over.
Why?
It's got skeletons.
Was this
Everywhere has skeletons.
Deep within these halls awaits a powerful necromancer, the forgotten ruler of a nameless kingdom.
Absolutely.
The necromancer wields an enchanted staff that holds the power to summon the undead. We must destroy it before the arch-illager can claim it in his tiny evil hands.
Tiny
That
evil
will surely
things.
be the doom of us all.
Terrifying life of forced entertainment in the executive office. I quickly discovered that Serafina Vance wasn't as scary as the legends claimed.
Okay.
She was just quiet and didn't smile much. But when I sprayed
Okay, you ready?
Ow.
Look, what happened? Okay.
I had this on my
I
lips.
sent her a cheese.
Oh, be careful.
I'm not a,
Yeah, already.
but I can picture us together.
Already?
She would reply with a single.
Only one
Life
control
went
is
on. A strange mix of pain
Oh.
and pleasure.
Already.
Walt Davis
No, I need
not
this
ready
controller.
to die.
It's on the
He
move.
couldn't attack
Sick
me
this.
directly. So he started
Silly.
setting impossible tasks.
Okay.
One day, he came
Wait,
to
all your shoulders? Are you at the top?
correspondence.
And not mine?
It only allows 1 apparently.
Ms. Vance wants a translate.
Oh.
It doesn't matter that much because they should still be able to hear you.
Let me spawn your bees.
I like to do it if there's a lot around. I don't always do it.
Spawn them.
I already did.
Are you good?
Just look, silly.
Oh.
Was that guy shooting an arrow here and it was ricocheting back at him? Oh my goodness.
That's a cool kid.
No, that was a skeleton accidentally killing himself.
No, bee? Oh, yeah.
That's why I said we should wait to use the bees, but you don't want to wait. I want to go back that way because we gotta explore everything to find all the secrets, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Her voice pulled me back.
I thought that's doggo.
Don't want to bet on.
You like the doggo?
Yeah.
Set up my loaded
Well, I guess there's no secret here.
Weekly.
Stuttered like an idiot, unable to form a coherent. Serafina straightened up,
Roll with me.
watching my pathetic display with a deep amusement. You lost your tongue. You seem so talkative in chat. I want to
The meatballs.
Ooh, Vindicator. I mean, he's gonna make it harder. You ready to make this level harder, Boo Boo?
Yes.
Feel yourself.
Let me get the PNC.
Okay, you get it.
Well, stay back. No.
The doggo does that. I don't know why.
Chest. Mom, you get the chest.
You still don't feel good?
Yeah, I tried. But I'm not good at it.
You should just rest. I told you that.
Right.
without a word. Slipped out of the office, pharmacy downstream, and into a nearby deli. I left the bag outside her office door.
Oh, it's down that way. I'm sorry.
This time, I didn't address it. Medicine and soup were outside.
Skeletons got the shield?
Yeah, there's some skeletons apparently that do that.
Oh,
I'm coming.
I should have spawned my bees.
It's okay. Heal.
Bees, come with this girl.
Heal.
I told the bees come and get the bad guys.
Maybe this is a little bit too hard for you.
Yeah. Shoot.
You see?
And clapped me on the shoulder.
Okay. It says we have to find the gold key, so come on, we have to go this way.
Miss Vance really sees.
Boo-boo, where are you going? You have to come this way.
Wow, so much bees.
Silly, you should have brought your bees down here. So they can come with us over here. Boo-boo, what are you doing?
Oh,
Careful not to get hit by that thing. Oh, yes. Watch. There's the golden key.
I was touching. Molly, let me touch you.
Thank you for trying, baby. It's okay. I'm a strong, independent woman. Don't need protection. Oh, there's another guy here. His spear reaches far, huh? Now where are we supposed to go? Ooh, let's go here. Remember?
Yeah.
Toy. So there's like buttons apparently we have to press when we go in here.
I'll pass the mods.
When you do that, you really should put them far away from my bees so that we can have more space. We can have more bees coming around. Easier. Eat the apple, eat the apple, eat the apple. Okay, let's see what it is here. Oh, mob health increased again. Okay, now come on, let's go. Oh, get that. You can get it if you want it. Heal. Heal. Whew. You gotta get one of your healing things again, Belle.
He'll just went in my way.
Stop! Wiggle. Wait, I want to see. Is there anything here? See, we almost missed this. Okay, now you throw it over there at all those mobs. Throw it. Stay away, stay away.
We need to go hard.
Yeah, it's because it's at mommy's level. Heal.
Not this again.
Now what again?
My headache. And my body hurts.
Maybe you need to go bed.
One isn't enough.
This again.
Three, as an apology to Mr. Harris.
I guess it's a little too much for you, huh?
Yeah.
You're just not feeling good.
Yeah, but I still want to play.
I know. I wonder what that button does. I don't know what these buttons do. Maybe it opens up another... I think it opened up another place for us to go to.
I connected it to a small Bluetooth speaker on the pocket, and a hideously remixed audio file from there. There was Walt's voice recording, auto-tune set to ridiculous. The bid,
Whoa.
35.
Now we go back here, and now we keep going.
It looks so wacky.
Whoa, Enderman, Enderman, Enderman!
Oh, you better order. Oh, yeah. Mike.
Oh, why you got so much TNT?
I don't know.
Throw it! Throw it instead of like trying to... No! Why'd you throw it at me?
Sorry.
You should have... Dude, that's why I kept telling you, don't run to them. Just throw it. You had a ton of them. And you ended up throwing it at none of the mobs. Crazy? Hey, get out of the fire!
I can't see myself.
Remember, you're green right now. Heal.
I shot upright.
No.
Remember, you're playing the green one. It is hard for me to see myself sometimes, too. Heal.
I can't.
That's why you gotta get more healing items. That's why I told you keep the healing items on. You're the one who wanted to take them off.
I'm invisible.
You hit them. Oh, you're invisible. Whoa! You gotta stop going without me. Joy. I'm trying to kill all the enemies. And then you teleported me away before I can check to see if I killed him. Okay, I guess he's dead. Don't get hit. Stop going to the front. You gotta like stay behind me or something. You gotta watch where you're walking. Ay, ay, ay. Ay. Okay, stop. Stop going through it wherever you want to go, baby. You gotta stop doing that. You gotta stay behind me. This is not your level. This is at a stronger level. That's why.
All this time. Yeah, why did I?
Don't die, don't die, don't! Don't stay there next to them.
What's up? That's why I hate the small movies.
You hate all of them.
Yeah, I hate them.
Oh, okay, no, so let's go back this way. Let's go back this way so we can explore more.
Been overnight.
Ooh, break it. Money, 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 money.
Apex
That's my money.
That's both of our money.
corporate headquarters used it as an excuse to send in an investigation.
This way. Just come here, please.
Oh, always keep going.
Because it's at my level. Oh, hold on. Let me just pause it, baby. Stop.
Testify that
I'll do that.
Serafina Vance acted unilaterally and recklessly on the Waterfront project, and I'll let you keep your fancy new position. I looked at his smug, triumphant face and felt a wave of nausea. I refuse. Thompson's face hardened. You better think carefully. Don't throw away your future for a woman who's already finished. You don't need to worry about my future. I slapped my resignation letter on his desk. Anyone who wants this damn job can have it. I slammed the door on my way out, marching through the office under a sea of shocked, pitying stares without a single glance back. I took a taxi straight to Serafina's apartment. She looked exhausted when she opened the door. The curtains were drawn, and the apartment was dark and stuffy. She had clearly been hiding from the world. Seeing her so defeated sent a pang through my heart. I held up the grocery bags I brought. Sit down and don't move. I'm making dinner. She didn't say anything, just watched me with those tired eyes. I went into the kitchen and started clumsily washing and chopping vegetables. Just then my phone buzzed. It was a message from Serafina, from a familiar robot icon. Hello, I am your exclusive AI. Would you like to request the happiness service module? I looked at the message and smiled, and I heard a choked sob from behind me. I turned to see her standing in the kitchen doorway, staring at her phone, her eyes red and brimming with tears. I walked over and pulled her into a hug. Don't worry, I whispered. I'm here. For the next few days, her apartment became our war room. I used my old contacts in the IT department, asking a few trusted friends to quietly dig into Jack Thompson's digital footprint. Serafina, meanwhile, shook off her despair and began meticulously mapping out the entire sequence of events, looking for an opening, a chance to turn the tables. We discovered that Thompson had deliberately concealed Apex Global's complex ownership structure from Serafina, setting a trap for her within the acquisition deal. Staring at the tangled web of data on my laptop screen, a bold plan began to form in my mind. We can't just defend ourselves, I said. We have to attack. If he wants to use this acquisition to sink us, then we'll hit him with a counter-acquisition. I laid out the entire plan for her, detail by detail. She stared at me, a strange light dancing in her eyes. It was a mixture of surprise, admiration, and pride. Luke Miller, she said softly, you truly never cease to amaze me. As I was focused on the screen, she suddenly leaned over and planted a soft, quick kiss on my cheek. It was warm, gentle. I froze, forgetting how to breathe. She, however, leaned back on the sofa as if nothing had happened, a sly smile playing on her lips. Consider that an advance payment, she said. For my exclusive cheat code. 11. The emergency shareholder meeting was being live-streamed to the entire company and the press. Jack Thompson stood on stage, beaming with confidence, as he listed Serafina's 10 cardinal sins. Below, shareholders murmured amongst themselves. The public narrative was overwhelmingly in favor of ousting Serafina. She sat in the accused chair, completely alone. Just as Thompson was about to call for a final vote, the main doors to the auditorium swung open. Wait, I strode in, wearing a sharp suit and pushing Serafina in a wheelchair. Her leg had been slightly injured in the chaos of the past week, a detail I was more than happy to exploit for sympathy. Every camera and every eye in the room swiveled to us. Thompson scoffed. Luke Miller, a fired employee and a suspended CEO. What are you doing here? Trying to win a pity vote? A few executives near him snickered. Come and show us some more memes? I ignored their jeers, walked directly to the podium, and inserted a thumb drive in the laptop. No, I said, looking him dead in the eye. This time, I'm showing everyone your highlight reel. The image on the massive screen changed. It wasn't a PowerPoint, and it wasn't a meme. It was a series of crystal clear video recordings, audio files, and damning bank transfer records. It was the complete, undeniable evidence of Thompson falsifying accounts, embezzling company funds, and conspiring with Apex Global to frame Serafina. Whoa, plot twist of the century. This Thompson guy is pure evil. This is a federal crime. I feel so bad for Ms. Vance, getting stabbed in the back like that. OMG, who is that guy who just walked in? He's so hot. The live stream chat exploded. Thompson's face went from red to purple to a deathly gray. Turn it off. Turn it off now, he shrieked, lunging for the power cord. He was intercepted by several security guards who appeared out of nowhere and pinned him to the ground. They were few of the guys I befriended back when I was just a regular employee. I stepped up to the microphone, my voice ringing out through the hall. The truth will always come out. With my help, Serafina rose from the wheelchair. She took back the microphone, every inch of the queen returning to her throne. I'm announcing the immediate termination of Jack Thompson from all positions. The company will be pressing criminal charges. The dust settled. She walked over to me and, in front of all the cameras, took my hand. Allow me to reintroduce everyone, she said, her voice strong and clear. This is not only my special assistant. He is also my exclusive cheat code. I gave a sly little peace sign to the cameras. My work here was done, and from that day on, the business world was filled with legends of a new power couple. 12. The company returned to a state of calm. Actually, it was calmer than before, because everyone now knew that the new vice president, Luke Miller, was under the personal protection of the CEO. I was promoted to VP of the newly formed strategic development. I no longer had a knock on the CEO's door. Sometimes I just walk in and plop down.
I'm going to get something to drink.
As for Walt, I heard he was spending his days in prison writing tearful confessionals, regretting the day he ever decided to mess with me. But that was all in the past. On one bright, sunny afternoon, I was sitting in my office, feeling a bit bored. On a whim, I opened that familiar chat window. Aura, what's for dinner tonight? The second I hit send, I regretted it. Serafina was literally in the office across the hall. I could have just walked over and asked. This was ridiculous. Just as I was about to retract the message, my phone buzzed. It was her reply. You. My heart skipped a beat. I looked up, and through the glass partition between our offices, our eyes met. She put down her phone and beckoned to me with one finger. I scurried over like an obedient puppy. The door closed. She pushed me against it, grabbed my tie, and pulled my face down to hers. The AI has become sentient, I murmured with a grin. And it's hungry. Her lips were almost touching mine.
Let's start the game.
Sultry whisper. Not just sentient. It needs to feed on life force.
Mom,
Just as we were about to
it was so
engage
hard.
in some
Come on, mommy, Mitchell.
my phone rang.
Mom,
It was
listen
Dave.
up. Come on, mommy
I
level.
answered,
Come on, mommy level.
hello, Luke, Mr. Miller.
Yeah,
How about
it's
incredible
hard.
news? Dave's voice was practically cracking with excitement. That bug in the Aura app.
Yeah, I kept dying.
I froze. What bug? The message for...
I feel cold.
So every message sent to the AI was being automatically rerouted to Ms. Vance's personal phone. It's all patched up now. It'll never happen again.
You were
If it
daddy.
wasn't for that bug, you and Ms. Vance might never have gotten together. In a way, I'm kind of your matchmaker, right?
She is.
You owe me a steak
You
dinner.
the biggest boy.
I hung up the phone and stared at Serafina, who stared back at me.
Just slipping off.
It was never her pretending to be the AI. It was the AI, the bug, that had been playing matchmaker the entire time. I looked at Serafina's face, which was struggling to hold back a smile, and soaked her up into my arms. Well, since the AI is officially offline, I said, I suppose it's up to me to fulfill its dying wish. What dying wish? She asked, wrapping her arms around me. To eat me, of course. The scene froze on our kiss. So, I decided the familiar robot icon displayed on the final system. System upgrade complete.
My daughter has joined the... Okay, check your inventory.
Wishing you a lifetime of happiness.
Clinton, he wanted to check his. Put on the shielding one.